Experience a membership that backs what you're building with American Express Business Platinum. Get 2 times membership rewards points per dollar on eligible purchases in key business categories, as well as on each eligible purchase of $5,000 or more, on up to $2 million in eligible purchases per calendar year. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
Learning through play starts with Lego Duplo. With Lego Duplo, toddlers can develop real-life skills while having fun with colorful bricks made just for them. Large, easy to grip, and safe to explore. When children express themselves with Lego Duplo, they build patience, problem-solving, and empathy. See your child learn perseverance and self-expression with everything they imagine and create. Visit lego.com/preschool to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Tic Tac. Your boss is going off at you for missing a deadline and you swear the clock just moved backwards. Suddenly, you remember the pack of Tic Tacs on your desk. Now you're riding horseback on the beach, the smell of citrus in the air. And what's this? Your boss is sitting behind you, breathing heavenly fresh mint? Refresh your mouth and mind and share your good vibes with Tic Tac.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
Hey, this is Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast, here to help you make the most of your summer with Michelob Ultra, a superior light beer worth playing for. Play for it with the guys when you're competing to see who can sink more birdies on the golf course, because winning tastes even better with Ultra on the line. Play for Ultra. Fill your fridge with Michelob Ultra this summer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I knew it. Another Hurrdat Media production.
Hi, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
How many more days?
We're on 12 days. I mean, for the due day, but like you guys, watch it be like 22 days.
Oh, no. And Chantel said she would like go up until 42 weeks. So
Yes, sure will.
we were all out together on Saturday. We went to like a brunch with all of our cousins, and Chantel was like telling everyone that story, and everyone's like, opinion gay. So including myself. So lots of opinions thrown at that one.
Oh my God, it was just so because my sister didn't come, so one of my sisters didn't come, so I was like telling her, and I was like, you know how they, I was like, but if you looked around the whole table, they all had the same opinion.
Oh, about this. What was it? It was because you don't want to do an epidural, and we all laughed at you.
Yeah. Well, like I've been planning for an epidural, so then I just looked at everyone and I was like, there's a difference between all of you and me. I said, I planned for this, okay? I said a runner wouldn't just go in a marathon and not run and practice. And then like one of my other cousins finally changed her tune. She goes, yeah, that's true. Like if you're prepping for it, for sure.
Yeah. So it was a lot coming at her.
But I'm so used to it. Like I don't, it doesn't
Exactly.
bother me. Like it literally does
Yeah.
not bother me.
Yeah, you don't take it personal or anything. And
No.
we're all used to it. Unless like it's like so hypocritical, oh my gosh, unless it's so hypocritical, then we all go in, or then we get like kind of like annoyed.
The only reason I get annoyed is because like the feeling of justification, like you have to justify yourself, So I was like, oh, if I get induced, I'm gonna get the epidural. It's like I have to like justify, and it's like, why am I even doing that? It's like I don't even care. It's like whatever it is, what it is. Like healthy baby, healthy labor, But and I truly feel that way for everybody and everything. But like, just let me do it how I want to, how I prefer it, So that's the only thing.
That's the hard thing about life. And you're going to see that's the hard thing about being a mom is like, there's so many opinions coming at you. Like at the end of the day, like you want to be an advocate. You feel like this is the right route. Like even me, I came to you and I was like, yeah, but why would you wait 42 weeks? Like I've heard if you wait 42 weeks, like, yeah. And you have been like researching and doing all your own stuff about it. So like you're this person's parent and you are going to do what you feel is best for your child. And there's just always so much like judgment. And we're all guilty of it. Like every single one of us are guilty of it. Like even like with the Tylenol thing, like people have opinions about that, or like whatever it is, like people just have like if I space out like certain things for my kids, like we're our kids advocate, you know, we can't have one opinion on something and not about the, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but you handle it very well is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think we just have to, like you said, we're all guilty of it, but then you just have to know that like a lot of people are just doing it. Like a lot of people don't have bad intentions, and then you just have to like realize that and just be like, okay, it's fine.
But a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So and
I
a
think
lot
a
of
lot
people
of people
just
just
think
like to
their
hear.
ways right, and it's like just calm down. It's
I
okay.
I think just a lot of people like to hear themselves talk. I think that's the
Yeah.
issue.
I know. Well, so obviously we did like a mom part 1 and a mom part 2, and so on our Patreon we have we're a lot more like open on Patreon, which is fine, but a lot of the discussion has always been like about, sometimes randomly, not a lot, but you know, randomly when it gets into personal stuff, like in-law things get brought up. And from even from our listeners, and everyone on Patreon has been requesting we do an episode, and we said we would just put it out, you know, like all together on all platforms, not just our Patreon. We're not going to limit it to our Patreons, where we do like an anonymous bonus episode where you send like your weirdest, most awkward in-law or even friend stories, and then we share what we would do in your situation. Who knows? You might be the problem. I'm just
Yes.
kidding.
No,
So
that's a good point though, because like Roxanne and I are very self-aware. Like, especially when it comes to in-laws, we're all gonna be in-laws one day, like maybe. So it's like we do have our part too. We are in-laws actually. We're daughter-in-laws, you know, or we're sister-in-laws, and like we have our part in things too. And you have to be self-aware that sometimes like you are the problem. You know, not every situation like we can blame someone, other people, but a lot of times like it's just funny to vent and get it off your chest. You know, like that's why I think it's fun to do this, to kind of see that like you're not alone, and like a lot of in-laws are just like weird, and it's hard because you're kind of like forced to love a family that like you didn't grow up in, and you're completely different.
but it's interesting because you will see like a lot of the times, yes, it's completely new. You're in this new family, but then your husband, I feel like, comes into your family. Then to me, like they could be so much closer to the in-laws than you are with your in-laws. Like, isn't that weird sometimes?
Yeah, like I wonder like who, like what the, I maybe it's just because like girls are just more like, well, I don't know, I wonder
No, you
what
know what
that could
it is?
be.
I don't think a lot of the time mother-in-laws realize the people who remember like your birthday, your doctor's appointment, your things, it's not the son. For some reason, something's wrong with those men, okay? They don't remember that. The women remember it. And the women are the reason, like, you know, some in-laws have Mother's Day gifts, or have birthday presents, or have this or have that, or we're thoughtful in this situation. And it's not because something's wrong with the son. Like, I don't know, some, you know, women are just, you know, women are a different breed. We're a different breed. So I think like with that, daughter-in-laws can get frustrated with their mother-in-law, because it's like, dude, like the reason that your son even knows A, B, C, and D is because of this. And we both have great relationship with our in-laws. But like, you know, but just like we always talk about our moms, like we always not talk about them, but like, you know, everyone gets frustrated. That's completely normal. So we thought this would be really fun to do. I was reading some of the stories. I was scared. I was a little
I
scared.
was so I was so scared.
Yeah. So welcome
No,
to What Would You
there's
Do
like
in-law edition.
yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Say that again, because that was a nice intro.
I said, yeah, welcome to What Would You Do in-law edition.
Love it. I think that some of them are just like so like crazy, because you're just like, wait, what? Like that really would happen? And like so sometimes it's nice to see like other people's like stories, because then it's like,
You
okay,
feel
you
better
have it
about
good.
yours. Just kidding. Yeah.
I have some guys. They're funny though. Nothing bad. Like Roxanne said, everyone's at the end of the day, like respect is the biggest thing for any relationship. If it's your husband, your like sisters, your sister-in-laws, your brother, respect is there. So like once respect gets thrown out the window, I think that's when things start to like, that's like when you stop talking to each other. Which
Yeah.
some of you guys stop talking, which
Yeah.
is that
Oh,
you don't want to get
do.
there.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Do you want to
I
start
know,
the first one?
yeah, I know I saw on Patreon, and I could be wrong, but that someone had said, like, I wish you guys did sister-in-laws, because if you did sister-in-laws, like I have stories for you guys, and I feel like we should have opened it up to that because that
I
would have
did.
been
I told him like, yes, submit your any in-law story. It could be even a mother-in-law. Like I would love to hear a daughter-in-law's perspective because like Roxanne and I have seen like really bad daughter-in-laws too and like really bad son-in-laws. Like we've seen it all, you know? So it's like I want to hear any in-law story because it's just again, it's such a unique relationship that you have to like adapt to. So that's like why all these stories come in and it's just so funny.
yeah, I wish I like specified that more on Instagram though.
Maybe we'll get a part 2 if people really like
Yeah.
this.
All right, you could start off.
Okay, thank you. Let's go. I'm gonna start off with a funny one because I think this one was funny, not so serious, and then we'll get into more serious. But someone said, my funny in-law story. I was 22. I had 2 small kids. I was traveling to Mexico by myself to my in-laws for the second time. My first time with my mother-in-law wasn't so great. It got to the point where my dad, who also lives in Mexico, when she took me to see him for part of my 2-week trip, he had to put her in her place because of the way she was treating me in front of them. So she's basically saying her mother-in-law was treating her bad in front of her dad, who also lives in Mexico. So she said, so I'm in Mexico for the second time. I'm 3 to 4 months pregnant. I start to have stomach cramps, and I think it's because of the food. When you're pregnant, it's hot. The food is different. So I tell my mother-in-law, hey, I'm having stomach cramps, so I don't know if you have anything I can take for like some Tums. And I don't think she knew what Tums were. She panics, takes me to the nearest doctor. They do an ultrasound. The doctor is like, yeah, she's fine. But I don't know what he said, and he gave her some medication. And she was like, okay. We get back to her house. She handed me this huge pill-looking thing. And she looks at me and says, you know where to put this, right? And I said, sure. I'm thinking, no, I don't actually know where to put it, LOL. But when I was in labor with my first son, they had to put a pill up there, and I think it was Pitocin in my front area. So I kind of thought she's asking me if I know where it goes, and it doesn't go in my mouth. So I'm going to guess that's where it goes. It's about 30 minutes later, and I tell her, hey, I can still feel this big ass pill down there, and it hasn't dissolved yet. She asked me, where did you put it? I tell her, she starts freaking out, takes me into the room, pulls down my pants, lays me on my stomach, and takes a new one and shoves it up my booty hole.
Wait, what?
I'm 22. I've never seen in my life a suppository. LOL. That baby is just about to be at 20 at the end of October. My mother-in-law now treats me like a daughter. We had our ups and downs over the years. She's absolutely the best. You guys, I would be mortified, 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 but I just cannot believe she was comfortable enough to do that to you.
Oh my goodness. Like I wouldn't even let my own mom do that to me. You
Literally.
guys, I would be like, "No, mom, like I'm going back to the hospital, take me." Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I would be like bright red. It's so crazy because like you are even like with your own mom, like that's your mom. And then like if my mom one time, like my mom, I was upstairs and I was taking a shower and she comes up while I'm in the shower and I like cover my body. I'm like, "Mom, what are you doing?" And like I'm sure she's like, "Bitch, I made you." But still.
Literally.
Oh my goodness. See, I love though to hear that you like because I'm sorry if your dad got involved. Usually dads, unless they're like divas, which like typically they're not, but there are those one-offs, they don't get involved unless like it's really bad. So with your dad getting involved initially with the way she treated you, it must have been bad. But like that's a positive that initially it wasn't so great. And clearly you guys got very comfortable and now you guys are
Literally.
so great, So I think that's good because if like another person intervened, that must have been really bad.
And I wonder also, like, when you're younger, like if that plays a factor, it's like you're young, they think look at you as like you're more naive and things like that. So they try to control you a little bit more. Because she was like 22. So she was pretty young. So I think sometimes that can happen, but like it really is so nice that she said 20 years later, like they're amazing and she loves them. So I really do think sometimes it takes time.
The fact that she traveled with 2 kids by herself
To
though,
Mexico.
like you got me effed up. How could you even do that? Like you're amazing because I am so concerned about like what other people will think if like my kid messes up that I would just be having anxiety the entire time.
I can see you doing that in a little bit, because you take all 4 kids places, so it's like by yourself.
I
So I
do
can,
think that I always need another person to come
yeah,
with
you
it. As long as
you're
I
like always
know
having a parent.
yeah, as long as another parent is with me that like if I need a backup, even though if their kids are there too, like, but still, like at least I just have someone or I'm not as embarrassed. But if I was alone and like something happened and I couldn't control it, like Yeah, that would be very, very tough.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like my kids are pretty good though when we are out in public, so thankfully. But you never know. Like they could have an off day, and those kids are fucking scary, man.
agreed.
Excuse me? On which
Go
part? That my kids could have off days?
go ahead.
I told you guys, Chantal cusses out my kids. Like she literally cannot stand that they say they're bored. And she thinks they're the most spoiled little shits ever. And she's like,
No,
you
I
need to
really don't. I really don't think that. So I don't know why you think that.
I don't think that.
No,
Are
I'm
you
saying why you think I think that. Like I think your kids are really your kids are really funny. They're just like adventurous. So they just get bored doing nothing.
You mean, oh, yeah, they have like a lack of imagination or something. No, but Chantal thinks
No,
because
it's more like who taught them this word. Like who taught them this word and how to use the context of this word.
I think YouTube Kids, which is like horrible, but I have seen stuff on YouTube Kids where like Charlie's watching someone and then they're like, I'm bored. And then all of a sudden Charlie's like, I'm bored. And now Chantal, every day that I pick up Jack from school, he's 3, he's like, Mom, what are we doing today? I'm bored at home. I'm like, oh my God.
Like you have to live with them saying that to you.
I
And it's funny
know.
because I feel like you would be the one to say something like that too. Like I'm
You
bored,
know
dude.
what?
Like
Yeah, you're right. They might have gotten that from me, to be quite honest. Where I'm like to my husband, because my husband is such a homebody, and he's like, "Let's just chill at home," and I'm like, "No, I'm bored." And then like, yeah, we got to watch what we say in front of these monsters.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a me problem here. All right, I'll get the next one. So this isn't that wild, but it should have been my first red flag about my mill. When my husband and I were engaged, we went to the family cabin for a ski weekend, and my husband and I were younger at the time, so we didn't have a ton of extra money, but my in-laws do. Okay. After we went skiing on the first day, we went to a ski shop and fell in love with a pair of snow pants, but ended up not getting them at the time. She said nothing about them. On the second day of the trip, she stayed behind at the lodge because she was tired. No one thought anything of it, and then rejoined us later. On our way back to the cabin, I asked my father-in-law to stop at the ski store because I wanted to see if the snow pants were still there and I wanted to get them. My mill then responds that we don't need to stop because she knows the pants aren't there because she went and bought them for herself.
You're lying. You're
I
lying.
I'm very like I'll make a joke about it. I will say like my mill would have probably bought those for me, especially Engage. Like, Engage is like fresh, we're still really trying to impress each other. So my mill 100% would have bought it for me had she known that I liked it, especially if they have money. And if your mill had money, like there should be no reason. That is a way of like just building that. I know gifts don't buy love or stuff, but you would have looked at her and you'd have been like, oh my God, that meant so much. That was just so thoughtful to me. It's the point, or it's a thought that matters. And I feel like with that situation, I would have fucking confronted her, but like not in a like angry way. I'd have been like, girl, you knew I wanted those. Like, okay, give them to me. Like, I feel like I would have made a joke.
I probably would have been like, okay, can I borrow them or something? But I think that like with her mill doing that really sets up like the tone. It's like you're almost you're already competing with me. It's like you're trying to compete with your own daughter-in-law. And like that's just weird, weird.
Well, you know what I don't like about people? I don't like people who do this where you say you like something or you wear something and it's crickets, but then all of a sudden they like it, they buy it, and that's what's fucking weird to me. And I feel like that happens more so probably with sister-in-laws than it does mother-in-laws, but like when it happens with a mother-in-law, that's like a major red flag.
Yes, very scary. Especially because I just watched that girlfriend show. Did you even try to watch it, but you didn't like it, you said?
I did try to watch it, and I after the second episode I stopped as well.
Okay, wow. So anybody like I don't know why Rexian can't like she has like ADHD. She can't like pay attention to scripted shows anymore. So
Yeah.
like anybody who wants to watch it, it's like about a mother-in-law and like a girlfriend though. It's like really crazy though. They both were crazy, but like it reminds me of that. It's like she was constantly competing with this girlfriend. And it's like why are you guys competing? Like
Ew,
your
it's
son will
gross.
always love you.
Yeah, no, literally. Oh, well, I just actually got a DM that I just opened, thank God, in time that it says, Cousins, how would you handle your in laws counting your partner's money and making jokes about putting it into trust for their kids just because we don't have our own kids yet? I meant to ask this for the in law segment.
Wait, say that again.
So, how would you handle your husband's parents counting your partner's money and making jokes about putting it into a trust for their kids just because we don't have our own yet?
So like basically
So,
putting in a trust for his brothers and sisters.
yeah.
No, that's weird. The,
I, I feel like my brother has like money for my kids in like some like I feel like he did that on his own though.
This episode is brought to you by 20th Century Studios' new film, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, starring Golden Globe winner Jeremy Allen White and Academy Award nominee Jeremy Strong. Scott Cooper, the director of the Academy Award-winning movie Crazy Heart, brings you the story of the most pivotal chapter in the life of an icon. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Only in theaters October 24th. Get your tickets now.
For a limited time at McDonald's, get a Big Mac Extra Value Meal for $8. That means 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, and medium fries, and a drink. We may need to change that jingle.
Prices and participation may vary.
When your investors, customers, and workers demand more from your business, make it happen with SAP. The AI-powered capabilities of SAP can help you streamline costs, connect with new suppliers, and manage payroll, even when your business is being pulled in different directions. To deliver a quality product at a fair price while paying your people what they're worth too, so your business can stay unfazed. Learn more at sap.com/uncertainty.
I was deep in it, gaming on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. Unfolding the screen made it twice as big and so immersive, I kinda lost myself. Might have trolled a little too close to the sun. Someone in the chat told me to touch grass, so I took my Z Fold 7 outside and kept playing. Still won, got a tan, and a nice little reset. Powerful processor, realistic graphics, you stay locked in, streak stays alive. Can your phone do that?
The new Galaxy Z Fold 7. Get yours at Samsung.com.
Switch to Shiseido Benefiance Wrinkle Smoothing Eye Cream and discover why people are calling it the best eye cream. A powerhouse formula that targets 5 types of eye area wrinkles. 96% of users saw reduced wrinkles and diminished dark circles after just 7 days. Shop Shiseido Benefiance Wrinkle Smoothing Eye Cream at Sephora and discover how change can happen in the blink of an eye. Consumer tested by 110 women.
Yeah, like that's like gifting something for you. But like for her in-laws to ask like them and like about their money and bring up their finances and then wanting to give it to other people, like no, mind your own business. That the thing is with money and when it comes to anything, it's like some people are so much more open with finances than some people are. So it's like you kind of have to like know like how they are when they talk about money. It's like do they help your husband at all? Like is there any involvement in that? Like does he have a trust because of them? Like there's so much more that we kind of have to know to like really understand the situation. But in general, I have experienced people talking about like money or like they know what you make and it's like they make comments and it's like just all weird. It's like mind your own business.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. The money thing is always like a hard thing because with like whether like you're a stay-at-home mom or you're working, it's always like weird what in-laws could think about that.
Yeah, because it's almost like we've seen it before where like someone will make a comment about someone else going on vacation or something. And it's like, why do you care what they do with their money? You know, it's like stop counting their money. It's their money.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like I literally always say this, I work so that my kids could go to a private school. Like I work it's like, one time I saw a Reddit where someone was like, Chantal on us, where Chantal, they said like, oh, Roxanne brags that her kids go to a private school. Okay, there's like nothing like fancy schmancy about my kids' private school, but I literally work so that my kids could go to a private school. If I didn't work, we wouldn't be able to do that just because life is so expensive. I work so that I could go on vacation. Like that is like what I'm sacrificing so I could do these things with my family. So yeah, I could see a lot of the times like people look into that or in-laws like look into that and like forget those things.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that situation I would be like, okay, we're gonna have our kids one day. So like we're gonna
like save her money for our kids.
Or yeah, like we have a college fund set up for our future kids.
Yeah.
Unless you're not planning to have kids and they're saying that. But even that, like that's really not their place to say at all.
And again, like this is like when you have to have your husband advocate for you guys together. Like the one thing that you never want your husband to say is like, "Oh, my wife says this." Like, no, your husband needs to advocate for him and then for you as
Yeah.
a family. But because like the minute they start advocating for you and like, "Oh, my wife got upset because you did this," like that's when it goes wrong, because like they should be advocating for you as a family, like in any situation. Like you always want your
Sometimes husbands throw their
yeah.
wives under the bus unintentionally.
Yes.
And
That's
that's like
exactly what it
and
is.
that's why, like Chantel, what you're saying is like you have to train them like, hey, if you were to ever approach your mom about this, like don't say me, like you're feeling a type of way too. Like just say we. But a lot of the times, for some reason, sons are scared of their daughters. I mean their mamas. Like I wonder like if Jack's gonna be like that with me.
That's what I'm saying. It's like hard, like, cause like it's like we don't know the other end, but it's like you don't know. I mean, you would hope not. You would hope that you can raise him that he's not scared to tell you the truth, on his side or on like the other side. But it's like, yeah, you just like. But then I guess like if Jack came to you and said we feel this way, you're gonna be like, dude, I know it's your, I know it's your wife.
No, I would call you up. I wouldn't tell him that because he might go back and tell his wife because that's fair, like, right? But I would call you up and I'd be like, yeah, she fucking for sure like told him that or something, I'd be toxic in that way. But like I do it behind, like, I'm not gonna do it to his face or I hope I'm never in that situation. But it's like it's so hard though with mother-in-law stuff though, because like I see both sides. Like half
Hmm.
the time you're like, I understand why mother-in-laws are closer to their daughter because sometimes like a daughter-in-law is like, I just feel like, they like it's pretty obvious like how they feel about their daughter than me. And it's like because like the comfort level, like I could yell at my mom and I could be like, Mom, like that was so wrong. Why would you say this? Yada yada. And like we're good. You can't do that with your in-laws. So you just like hold everything in.
Yeah, and then and then it causes resentment, and then you're just like it's like a weird feeling, weird feeling. That's why it's so complicated. That's why I love these. They're so fun.
This is like the mother-in-law I feel like I'm going to be. I feel like I am going to be that mother-in-law who has like theme days. Like I'm going to be like, "Hey, this Saturday I'm going to have like a theme. If you like want to bring your kid, decorate the house and like just like have all these like activities for my kid and do that. Like I will babysit when it comes to date night. The one thing I won't do is like and both my parents or my mom, my in-laws, like my mom does come for every errand that I have, but I'm saying like they both mine don't do this is like me and my husband work and we spent like I remember for Charlie and Sloan just for them before I had Jack and Elle I was spending 37,000 on daycare a year. So I wouldn't personally, and I get it because it's not a grandparent's job to watch your kid. So I get that as long as they're like that with each kid. However, like I feel like I would never go to someone's house and be like, I'm gonna watch them from like 9 to 5. But if you needed help, you can and I like let's say on Monday and Tuesdays, I'm not doing anything anyways. Like you can bring them to my house from 9 to 5 to save some money. Like I would do that. And then I would have like theme days at my house, like where me and my husband like dress up and like do like, stuff like that. Like I will make sure to do that. Like during recess, I will be that grandma who's like, can I volunteer to help at recess to surprise
Oh
them?
God.
Why? There's a grandma that does that. And I find her to be the sweetest thing ever. I'm like, you are the best grandma. I already know that you come out of your way just cause like it does nothing. It's not like she gets volunteer hours, nothing. Like she just comes and she's like, I'm going to volunteer at recess. She's always in the trees finding the balls. I'm like, girl. And I think that's
I
the
just
sweetest thing ever. I
okay,
want
but
people to love my kids.
but
That's it.
I know. So the thing is though, you can do all those things, but like what if one of your kids and then their significant other doesn't want to participate? They don't want to come. Are you going to get mad at them? Like that's where the contentious is. It's like sometimes like doing too much is what like gets, in-laws mad.
I think what happens is like people with their first kid act like their kid is royalty. And then like they'll be like, no, I'm not going to inconvenience myself and bring them to your house for a theme day. The more kids you have, listen, at the end of the day, all of our goals should be that we want people to love the shit out of our kids. Anyone who wants to be in my kid's life and love my kids and show my kids so much love, that's all I want because those kids end up becoming the most confident freaking kids. Like, ever. Any kid who has so much love around them becomes so confident. So we should all strive to, if we have that, then like let's just be happy about that because then see what will happen is you'll have one family where you can see that grandma's closer to the other kids and it could be for no reason at all, just because they're around them more. But maybe then I would make an effort to be like, what's convenient for you? Like, what
Yes,
will
there
work
you
for
go.
you? I think
Yep.
that's what I would be like, what will work for you? Because I don't want to inconvenience you at all. Like, if Saturday is like your day where you're with the kids and your husband, I won't do it on those days. Like, do it on a
Yes.
day that you have something that it'll be beneficial.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's like bending over for each other.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. My mill moved right before our wedding to the same state we had planned to have our honeymoon at, then proceeded to get angry with us that we didn't want to go see her during our honeymoon. Anyway, long story short, my cousin was murdered. Ooh, right
Oh
before
my
our
God,
wedding.
I'm so
I
sorry.
know. Right before our wedding, and her funeral was where we were honeymooning the weekend after we were supposed to go home. So we extended our honeymoon to attend the funeral and rent a big house with all of my family and extended family to hang out the week prior. Since we were seeing my side of the family, we thought it was only fair to see my mill. We planned to meet up for dinner with her, and she stood us up. Also, during our wedding, I had asked her to wear a burgundy colored dress. What did she show up in? A blue colored dress. Then I found out she asked my maid of honor the previous day, what are her wedding colors? I want to make sure I don't match. Also, I told my husband part of the reason she didn't like me was because I didn't write a long enough note in her thank you card. Also, she gave me her high-end scarf, and I remember being so grateful, but apparently she told my husband I wasn't thankful enough. You can't please this woman, LOL. She said we haven't talked to her in 3 years. Oh no. But like okay, there's a lot of things to this, and it's see look how it starts at the wedding. Like the wedding, like so much things can come out during your engagement and wedding process, but like that's what like the building blocks are. And like those things that she did at your wedding were weird. Like the whole dress thing would piss me off too. But not like and like, I'm sure that would just like slide off my back and be like, okay, it's fine, it's fine. But then when they start doing other things like that, which I'm sure she did for a long time, like what can you do at that point?
I think you were more than accommodating for the honeymoon thing. I would not want to see anybody on my honeymoon either. I would have been like, no, this is like my honeymoon. I know that like they live there, but I kind of see that. And it sounds like once someone passed and you guys rented a whole house and you're staying another week, you are making that effort to see her. So, which like I
And she
thought
stood them up.
and I thought she was going to say that she didn't make that effort. I was going to be like, girl, like maybe you could have just saw her one day. I got scared a little bit, scared me just a little bit, but I think that you did do that. Is the asking of a wedding to wear a wedding dress color a big like would we ask someone to wear what color to wear to our wedding?
No, personally wouldn't, but I can see though, like how that can also start like problems. Like when you do something, when you do ask, the one thing you do ask, like let's say maybe that was the one thing she asked, like we don't
Yeah.
know, and then she doesn't do it, like you're just like, but why not? Like why couldn't you just listen to what I asked for my
Or even
wedding?
like asking the maid of honor and then making a dumbass comment. Like, girl,
Yes.
bye. Like, fight me right now. Why would you ever go to my maid of honor who's gonna come back and tell me that you said that?
Yeah, no, like this one is like hard to understand, like hard to like defend, but I think it's very small, but I can see how all those small things can add up to end up being like where like look how they're not talking anymore, but like which makes me sad. It's like cuz if her son and you are not talking to her, like can there be resolution somewhere? Like can you guys make more of an effort or is it really just done?
Okay, but also that's so sad. Do you have kids now? I'm curious if she has kids. But then I wonder, like, it's so crazy because you think about it, and most of the time it's like the son who doesn't talk to the family anymore.
I know.
I'm sorry to all the moms who just have all boys. I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding. I'm so kidding. Um, But it does happen, and it's just, like, so crazy to me, but it's like, I don't blame anyone, but, like, I also blame, like, the son because I feel like if that was us, like, we would be like, "Mom, when you do this and you act like this, like, you're gonna piss off my husband, so, like, don't act like that, okay?" And then, like, our mom would, like, right away be like, "Oh, okay, fine, I won't do
Yeah,
that," you
good
know?
good point. It's like
Yeah,
we're so we tell our parents right away not to do something because it would piss off our husbands or something, and they know better right away after that. And where it's like
and then I feel
some
like our
other people tiptoe.
husbands don't know how to do that, and
Yeah,
they just don't know how to make it better. They just kind of, like, ignore it and don't say anything, and then they're, like, okay with not talking, and it's like, that doesn't work either.
agreed.
My mill showed me a beautiful gold bracelet and told me she'd only give it to me if I have a boy.
Oh, we think that's funny because it's just such in her
It's
culture
such, like,
that
a
like
generational, like, boater thing, dude.
yeah, like I don't think it's like I don't think it's that crazy because like we see that all the time. Like literally when we announce like we're having a girls, like our grandmas will come up to us and be like, "It's okay, I'm sorry." And it's like we're happy, but thank you, you know. So it's like I can
My
I can see that.
my husband's grandma, I'm obsessed with her. I'm her biggest fan. I'm obsessed with her. I love her so much. She does so much for us. She always makes us like the best food. She's incredible. She when I had a gender reveal, I invited her, of course, and like I had a girl, and I remember, I'll never forget this. I have a horrible memory, but I'll never forget this. And she gave me a hug and she said, "It's okay. Like, I pray the next one's a boy." And I just like laughed it off because like it's like these things like with that generation for some reason, even though like we see it's clear as day, like a boy will be the first one to stop talking to their mom. Like I don't know why. I just think it's like an old school thing. So I never took it like personally and stuff. But it's like such a weird thing to say. And it's
I
crazy
wonder.
because like girls are so good to their like girls are so considerate. So I never knew why the boy was like the more popular one.
But like now that you're so obsessed with Jack and you do have one boy with three girls, like can you see like why like they want that for someone so bad, or you just think it's just more
Well, you
because
do,
it's
but
like
then you know what? Long term, Jack's not going to be here. Like, you know, like I think Jack is going to, you know, when he gets married, like his wife is going to be a daughter needs their mom, man. A daughter needs their mom. I don't know necessarily if a boy does. Like, I will be there for my son, and I will do my best to treat my daughter-in-law exactly like I treat my daughters. But um like a boy at the end of the day, they're just not as biologically, like they're not like as considerate. Like I don't know how to explain it. They just don't think like all sides.
yeah.
And that's like a very unpopular opinion. And everyone's gonna be like, well, Roxanne, that's not true. But I just think like again, like you
They're
think
not
about
as well. No, biologically, they're not as caring as women. Like we are born as nurturers, and they're not. So like
yeah.
there is that they're there to protect and do other things, but we're nurturers. So like you see that like long term usually.
I will say something that my father-in-law, he always said, and it just like stuck with me. And it was always like, you know, I never had daughters. And like now I feel so blessed because I have daughters. And I'm like, that will win any daughter-in-law's heart. Like
So
you see
cute.
that, and you've won your daughter-in-law's heart forever, and that's it.
100%.
Yeah. So side note on what to say to your daughter-in-laws and you know, whatever, especially if like you have all boys.
Yeah, that's
My
a good one.
My Sil constantly feeds my 14-month-old food, and it drives me insane. She's not an animal. Ugh, that's
Oh
so
my.
hard because like we have that.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like it's like such something that happens all the time. Like I swear, even like our friends do it with their nieces and nephews. Like you just feed like, or I do it. You know, just like I don't know. I think if like you've said something to her and you've said it where like it's like, hey, like I just like have a strict routine and like and then she doesn't listen, then it's like okay, she's being the problem. But if like she's just doing it because like that's how we show love, it's like, is it that big of a problem?
Or like if she's doing it because like now the 14-month-old will run to her and be like excited about her because they know that they give her extra food, and like she just knows like if she does that the kid will be happy. I don't know, it's so hard. My mom literally brings like ice cream to my house and I get so angry at her. I get so angry. I'm like, "Mom, please stop." Like stop, because then they like go and like climb up the outside freezer to get it, you know? And then like I'll be like upstairs for 2 seconds and all of a sudden there's an ice cream tub, and I'm like, "Mom, when they come to your house, like fine, full range to do whatever because I'm not there, but like at my house, don't do that." And my mom still the next day comes with ice cream, does not give a fuck. That is my mom. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to do anymore with these
Yeah,
people.
it's frustrating when if you tell someone not to do something, they still do it. But then sometimes it's just like, again, is it with bad intent, or they're just like, they're feeding them with love? It's like it's so hard because we see it so many times when it comes to food.
Yeah.
Someone said, okay, my Mill's a great person. She raised her son, who is now an amazing husband. But there's one thing. Oh yeah, side note, you guys, like all these things too. It's so funny. Like we chose these partners because they were raised in this family. So it's just so funny how you can have like a different perspective. But anyways, she gets a new boyfriend every year. She divorced my husband's stepdad 9 years ago, and since then we've met about 7 men. My husband has expressed his dislike and how he doesn't want my daughters around these men, and she's actually stopped talking to us because of it. The worst part is that her other 3 grandkids have called each one of them grandpa, and my husband has told her, my kids will never. We want to avoid that trauma at all costs. What would you ladies do? Are we wrong?
I don't think you're wrong at all.
No, I think especially because you're not the one to sit there and say, "Okay, we're not talking to you." I think you have to protect your kids. You're the only ones that can protect your kids, and it's weird if she's constantly having new boyfriends every year.
No, and you guys already know how I feel about this. Like, I don't
Uh-huh.
think new men should ever be around children, period. Like,
And she has daughters.
I am so fucking terrified of that. So it doesn't even matter if you have daughters, like
Oh yeah, true.
son. Are
Like,
you kidding?
sons too.
Like
I know. That's even the worst.
they love like not they, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying like it does not matter. Girls or boys, it doesn't even matter. Like I don't like that shit, and she should respect that. And like the only way that is if we're both there at all times. Like I never want him in a room alone, and it's sad because it's not just like random men, but it's like men in your family who are like this, and that's why like my kids will never sleep over anywhere. Like my kid would never sleep over at that person's house. Like never ever. Like even the only place my kids will sleep at is like my mom's house, and really just my mom's house probably, and my in-laws house, and that's it.
Yeah, I think the hard part is that like why did she get so angry at you guys that she stopped talking to you guys, and like for her to not want to see her grandkids because of that is very like odd. It's
Red
like
flag, it's a big problem, and she doesn't love herself enough. She loves men more than she loves. Those are the number one people, by the way. If she's the one who stopped talking to you over it, those are the number one people that their man was doing something to their children and you just did like you didn't know. So it's like that's a blessing. Like that's God's protection right there. Like that is something I do not stand for. And the second that she chose a man over the children, and he could be like the nicest thing ever, I just think that there has to be boundaries. But for her not to be the one speaking to you guys over it, girl, bye. Like that's a blessing. Thank God. Protect your kids at all costs.
I wonder if like when you guys are having like you guys are just doing stuff at your own house, like if you guys invited her, would she not come anymore? Would she not like want to be a part of it just because you guys have told her no like boyfriend? Because it like like at least like it's just crazy to me like what you're not gonna come see your own son and your own grandkids without this guy, like without these guys, like that's just wild.
Right. And why do they even want to come? Like sit at home and watch TV or something. Why do they even want to come?
Agreed.
Yeah, and already like multiple men, like multiple people, and then they're saying grandpa, like that's weird. And I know I feel bad because there are one-offs where they're such great role models, but those are one-offs.
And it takes time. Like, okay, maybe she's been dating someone for 2, 3 years, and then they've gotten to know him, and like, and then they end up like being together for like 20 years. But it's like that's okay. But like, not every year you're introducing someone new.
Right. All
Do
right.
you want to go read the next one?
So I'm just pulling it up because it keeps like shutting for me, which is so annoying. Okay, so this one, see, this is another one where it says, I already had a girl, she thinks boys are better. I'm just wondering, like, are these moms who have all boys? Because I feel like moms who have all boys are like, they're different. So I don't know. Now, like, I don't know because if like she thinks boys are better, I don't, it's because she never had a boy. So that's, or a girl. So it's like, okay, whatever floats your boats. Like, like deep down you wish you had a girl, period.
I just think it's just so generational. It's like that was like a thing back in the day, and it's like they just love it so
And that's why
much.
we don't get sensitive to it because like it depends on their age. Like if they're I don't know, and it depends on specifically what we are Chaldeans. Um, they are like they're all like that. So I don't know. We're so used to it. I have one that says my mother-in-law lives with us. We hate her. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
She does nothing, not even shower. She is only 69. So much to tell you. My husband doesn't like her either. But his loser's sister lives with their boyfriend family. Anyways, I'm Penny when I make coffee every morning. Um, and then she says she thinks she is clean because she had her old house and it was so gross. I'm
okay.
so mad because all these came out of order. And her room looks like it belongs in a trailer park. She takes pain meds all day, doesn't help with shit. I'm gone all day and work. Um, and I would think she would help around the house. Nope, she stays dirty in her room all day, comes out to eat our food. We know this because we have cameras in the house. We have dogs and like to watch. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. First of all, you're a saint. for, having your in-laws live with you. I think that we all know there's gonna becomes a time and a point where like even with our own parents, like, like that's why it's good to have like 4 kids because like at least like you can maybe rotate or like one can take this one. I don't know. Like that's
They
just
be
so hard.
side note, they be rotating my grandma around every single week. How old is she, Chantel?
She's 94. She
She's
gets
94.
rotated.
Every week she's rotated at one of their houses. Like, yeah, on Saturday when we were all together, we were leaving brunch. I was with Chantel and my aunt, Chantel's mom. Chantel's mom forgot my grandma. And I was like, oh my God, it's your
It
turn
was
this
her
week.
week.
And one of the aunts got mad because they had to keep her one day longer. And and like they were like, you don't understand what a difference it is when we have to keep her a whole full day longer.
And this is their own mom. So like to have your mother-in-law live with you is a lot, and especially if she's dirty. Like I would not be happy. Like and it sucks because it's like you and your husband, you guys are doing like a blessing. And like we should take care of our in-laws. We should take care of our parents. Like we should take like, take them in if needed. But it's like, why can they act that way?
No, that's miserable. Like, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Like, you act like that though. And like, I'm sitting here working because like I didn't marry rich. So I have to, I'm just kidding. But I'm just saying, if I'm sitting here working outside of the house and I come home to a dirty house while you've been there all day, unless like you literally cannot move, that's fine. But it sounds like she's making a mess when she is at home. It sounds like she smells a little bit. Like, it sounds like it's a really horrible situation. And I feel sorry for you because I guarantee that's like the miserableness you have in your life. Like that's
Yeah.
like the hate that you have in your life where like we have one life to be happy. And this is probably dragging you so down and making you a version of yourself that you do not like.
Like, what can she do? Like, can she say something? Can she make a checklist for her mother-in-law and say, hey, these are the things that need to get done? Like, what
I
can
don't
she
think she
do?
needs to do that. I think her husband should do
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
I always think it should come from the husband when it's their mom. And I think at that point, I would look at places, but then you're going to have to pay for her to go to those places. But honestly, is that more worth it than you coming home to like madness and then someone who seems probably extremely ungrateful over it too? Not saying shit for your parents. I mean, I talk like this and I'm already well prepared to know that my mother is going to be with me at one point and it's not going to be that fun. But like, my mom wouldn't do things like that.
I think like she says that he has a sister. Like, yeah, can him and the sister split? Like,
But his sister lives with her boyfriend.
yeah, but like you're saying because that means that she has no money
Boyfriend's
either.
family. No, the sister lives with the boyfriend's family.
I know, but I'm saying like, can they split money for the mom to go live in an apartment somewhere?
Oh, yeah, I would probably do that. I would be like, "We need to split. This is not okay. My kids are, like, struggling, and I'm so
Yeah.
sorry." To come to home to a dirty home after you've been working, I promise it is the worst feeling in the entire world. Or at that point, I would tell my husband, "We're both working. This is your mother. I'm hiring a cleaning lady once a week, period."
Yeah.
But when you have a cleaning lady come, you guys, you're basically doing all the work because you
Yeah.
literally have to clean. But Chantel did a cleaning lady one time. For one time, I do it biweekly. I swear to God, it takes me 2.5 hours to prepare for the cleaning lady to come. And I basically just clean everything and they just have to like vacuum and go over stuff.
Yeah, I didn't see that was worth it. Unless like again, you have to like know someone and they have to know your space so well for it to become worth it.
Yeah.
Um
That's
it
some good
says,
advice, though, I think.
yeah, no, I agree. That's really great advice. I mean, I just really feel for her and that sucks. It
Yeah.
says Primas, I've been married for 26 years in the beginning. I had an awful time trying to get my
Congrats.
husband. What'd you say?
I said congrats.
Oh yeah, 26 years is amazing. I had an awful time trying to get my husband to cut his umbilical cord. He was to blame as much as my mill. So I love that. I love when people can take accountability that like their husband's the problem too.
Yeah.
My story is when my husband asked me to marry him after a short time of dating, I was rightfully excited. Remember my husband told his mom we were getting married in front of me. She says, "Oh, he asked all his girlfriends to marry him." Wow, B, really? Amongst other crap she's pulled. Anyway, she's gone now and sits in an urn on my fireplace mantle. Oh, I'm so sorry. Wish he would put her in a cemetery somewhere else, but he
Oh,
doesn't want to. So it's his house too. I'm so quiet. The urn I purchased blends in with my house decor. Oh,
that's a
okay.
hard one. That's a hard.
Yeah, I mean, if it bothers you, I would take the urn and not put it on my fireplace mantle and put it somewhere else, but um
It sounds like
it,
he doesn't want it moved.
yeah, I would oh, like he doesn't want it to be moved.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I wonder what else happened though that, because I mean, if it started off by her saying, like, you know, he always asks everyone to marry, like, he always
I mean,
asks
I don't
everyone
like
to
that,
marry,
by the
but
way. That's like a massive red flag. Like, I don't like
yeah.
any mom or mother-in-law who's gonna be bringing up like your husband's like exes or like him with other women. Like, that's a weird thing to me.
Yeah, that's a tough one because she's gone.
But it
So
sounds like
rest in peace.
her presence is still there in the house.
Yeah, that would be hard. I swear. I would ask if, like, can we find a different spot for this? Like, is there anything we can do? Especially because, like, you know, they're not gonna put her in a cemetery somewhere else. It's like, what can we do with this? But I
Yeah,
think it's nice that you found decor that it blends with.
Oh, she did find decor that it blends
Yeah,
with.
she said the urn I purchased blends in with my house decor.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, this one's crazy. My in-laws take my Sil and her family on vacation and have never once invited us, their son. Wow.
That's rude. Yeah, like that's nope. I wouldn't play.
I hate when like parents or in-laws treat any one of the kids differently. The thing is though, and here's how I think about it, is
Wait, did she say her sister? She takes her sister-in-law. Like, do we know if the sister-in-law is married?
my in-laws take my sister-in-law and her family, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yep.
on
Nope.
vacation have never once invited us.
I was gonna say, because, like, you know, sometimes like moms and dads want to do just like a maybe one off daughter trip or like whatever here and there. Like, I can understand, but then if nope, not okay.
Routine, adjective. Used to describe an individual whose spirit is unyielding, unconstrained, one who navigates life on their own terms, effortlessly. They do not always show up on time, but when they arrive, you notice. An individual confident in their contradictions. They know the rules, but behave as if they do not exist. Routine, the new fragrance by Miu Miu, defined by you.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
This podcast is supported by FX's English Teacher. Last year's critically acclaimed series returns to follow Evan, Gwen, and Marky as they vie for their students' divided attention. See why Cosmopolitan called its premiere season a masterclass of comedy, while Glamour raved it's the year's funniest and most heartwarming new comedy series. FX's English Teacher, all new Thursdays on FX. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
I'm always looking for ways to show my cat how much I love her. And with Fancy Feast gems, I can pamper her whenever I want with a savory gravy on top of a gourmet mousse pâté. The pyramid shape makes serving simple, so all I have to do is peel and plate to make mealtime feel extra fancy. And with 2 entrees in every pack, it's easy to turn every day into the extraordinary. Fancy Feast gems.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Yeah, I would say if the sister-in-law in the family said, I want to take my mom and dad because my mom and dad have done so much, or my in-laws have done so much for us, I want to take them on vacation, I'm going to pay for it. Like, is she paying for it? That's fucking crazy if she is. And she just chooses that one. Like, that's not okay. I'm curious to know with this story, does your husband say anything? Because I feel like in these type of situations, the husband doesn't say anything.
Yeah, and I think that's what pisses off like us even more, people even more, because you're just like, why wouldn't you say something?
And
Like,
I'm
let them know
curious
it
if
upsets you.
this sister-in-law is their daughter too.
Yeah.
And I think what ends up happening is when it is a daughter, they're just like so close to their daughter, and their daughter does the things that like, like check on them with appointments, check on them with everything, and and so maybe like, because they are closer, they feel like, okay, since I'm closer to this family, but that's never okay. Like when it comes to these things and you're going to do a vacation, like I've planned on my in-law side vacations and I invite every single family member and say, let's all go together. And so I've done that every time like I've planned a trip, and I've made like such an effort of that. It really doesn't typically work out when I do it, but at least like one will come. But it's like you never want anyone to feel left out, and that would be extremely hurtful. What I'd like to know is like, what if the daughter is the one who invited them? Because that's like a complete different story. But I mean, I doubt it though. I feel like you would know that at that point, but that would be very hurtful to me because I think family trips are fun. And Chantel and I grew up where it was always all of us. And granted, it wasn't our grandma taking us, but our grandma was there, right? So,
Yeah.
like our grandma.
The more the merrier. So it's like, why are we excluding anybody?
I saw this TikTok where it was like, why didn't I go? Like, why of all people in the world, I wasn't raised into a family that was rich and created this and like was in the mafia or something to give us money and all this stuff. I don't know why I just thought about
Oh,
it.
I sent you that.
Oh, you send it to me?
Yeah.
That was
He said,
so
why
funny.
wasn't I born with the generational wealth? Like,
Right.
like, why did I have to work so hard? And then like, it was just so funny because it's so
And
true for
nothing was
like,
left for me. It's like,
yeah,
oh my gosh.
I didn't get one heirloom.
I swear. I know, but then he said like something where it was like illegal, and he's like, not even that I have, And I was like dying laughing.
Literally, that's like 95% of us people.
I know. I'm like, why? And like my grandpa was like the brokest one out of all of them. And it's like,
Mhm.
why? Why were you you couldn't have done more, grandpa? Wait, what the hell were you thinking? What were you doing? He died in 2002, by the way. Um, which is a really sad story about how my grandpa died. My grandpa died when he had just moved into a home. He always lived with my uncle, and he had just moved with my grandma together, and they were so excited about living in this like old people home with like their friends, and they were so excited, and I swear he died 2 months after that.
Yeah, they really were not in that apartment for long.
Yeah, it was really, really sad.
And I remember that apartment very well, which is so weird.
Well, Chantel was the only one who out of all of us, because like my mom was like pretty, like she's like, that's traumatizing for you. I'm not gonna bring you to like things when he was sick. And like my aunt would always just bring Chantel for some reason.
I know. I wonder why, like, I would always ask to go because, like, I was only one out of the kids. And I do remember I would literally remember all of our dads, your dad too, my dad, which is their father-in-law, walking into the room and, like, just trying, like, you're basically telling your father-in-law, the last, like, words that you're going to see and say to him. And I remember, like, your dad in particular, and I think all of them were just joking around saying to him, like, oh, you're going to get better and we're going to take you to the casino or something. Like, I literally was standing there remembering hearing that.
And keep in mind, Chantel's the only one. Like all my aunts and uncles have had 4 to 5 kids, with the exception of my mom, she had 2. But like there's like 4 other siblings, or 5 other siblings. And it's like Chantel's ass is the only kid there. Like, what? What are you doing? Go home. She never wanted to be home. I swear she lived in a suitcase, this one. Never was home ever. She lived
Literally.
at my house every single weekend. Like, who's comfortable sleeping at people's houses like that?
And I even think you didn't go to the hospital, or you were supposed to go, and then I told my mom, Roxanne's going, and like, let me go, and then you didn't end up going, and I'm
I
just at the
didn't
hospital
go.
by myself.
Yeah, I never went to anything. My mom did not let me go to any of that. And then we didn't go to the funeral. And I remember I wrote a song for my grandpa, but like it's not like I ever got to sing it or anything
Oh,
because
wow.
yeah, I swear I remember it, which is really scary. Like, oh my gosh, trauma coming back. But I'll never forget though, there was like this like stew dish that I think I've said it in here where my grandpa spit it out. It was disgusting. I'll never eat that dish
Yeah.
ever. So nasty. But yeah, I just thought about that. Someone another person was like, "I don't have any, but I'm not married, but I'm so excited for this." I love that you're not married and you're so excited for this. You know,
Um,
one story that was like that I will think about, I know you have one, I'm sorry, but was like my mom got so offended that my husband's now ex-wife, didn't wanna call her mom.
wait,
Like,
what?
my mom got so offended that my sister-in-law, which is
Oh,
my
your brother's
yeah,
wife.
sorry, my brother's,
Oh,
ex-wife,
okay.
didn't wanna call her mom. Like, she was just, like, so offended by that.
Yeah, like I think see like I think that's okay, so this is a hard one because I think a lot of people like for me, for example, if my mill told me I would like for you to call me mom, I would have no problem. I would call her mom. So like that to me is fine. I think it's hard when like you don't tell me that. I'm not gonna go out of my way to do it though. So it's like did she ever tell her? Did she not tell her? Like does that make sense? Like it's like I'm not just gonna call you mom. Like I just it's uncomfortable. But if you
I
told
think she
me
did tell her, and she said, "I have only one mom."
oh, yeah, see, see, that's when, like, when daughter-in-laws can just be a little bit, like, rude, like, that's just disrespectful, like, yeah, if they're asking you to do it, like, why does it hurt to just call them mom?
Yeah, because, like, I feel like I would never be offended if my daughter called her mother-in-law mom. Like, at the end of the
No.
day, I'm confident as your mom to know, like, I'm your number one, and I would never be hurt if you called someone else another mom. Like, make her feel good. Just like if she called you her daughter, that would make you feel good. So I do think that's when daughter-in-laws, like, start fucking up.
I think I even asked, like, "Oh, is there, like, a name?" And, like, I think my mother-in-law said, "Whatever you're comfortable with," and so, like, I just call her by her name. So, like, I think if, like,
Yeah,
someone really
mine too. Mine was like, "You don't have to do that," and I was like, "I don't mind." Like, and but
Why is Roxanne's always opposite? Where, like, she literally is so badly wanting to call her mom.
I know, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm excited," and she's like, "You don't have to." But I think my mother-in-law is very Americanized, so with her, like, she's like, she knows that that's, like, what a probably boater mom would want, and, like, she knows that a lot of daughter-in-laws are very, like, protective over their own mom, so she will probably and, my mother-in-law, like, had such a great relationship with her mom, which she does with her mother-in-law too, but I'm just saying, like, like, she just, like, probably didn't want the pressure, but I personally wouldn't have minded at all, and now, like, because my kids call her that, like, I call her that, you know?
Yeah, I think it's easier like when the kids now like if they say mama or they have a name like that's what like a lot of my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law from personally for like my brother's wife and then my sister's husband, they call my mom now like the grandma name, like whatever that their kids call them. So it's like it
Yeah.
makes it a lot easier and like it's fine. I don't think my mom ever cared about like what like her daughter-in-law or son-in-law ever called her. My mom was weird about like though like like oh they never call me, like she would mention things like that, which like I can understand sometimes, like you kind of just have to do a check-in sometimes with your in-laws, and I think sometimes daughter-in-laws or son-in-laws don't do that often, but um can we just text?
Yeah, I prefer to text. I remember when I was like on maternity leave with Jack and I was like calling my mother-in-law every day. And and it's because I obviously at the time like I would be on my walks and I would just call her to see like how she's doing and stuff like that. But like I even think about my dad. Like I remember, I'll never forget this with my sister-in-law. Like he was like, she never answers my FaceTime and like I want to see my like grandsons or my grand like because I have a niece and nephew, they're twins. And now that I'm older, and obviously, like, I'm working, she was a stay-at-home mom, but now that I'm older and, like, when my parents do FaceTime every, like, 2 seconds, like, I sometimes I'm like, "Bro, I just don't wanna answer." Like, I don't want my kids to be on my phone and then throwing it and all this, like, I just, like, don't wanna answer, and I kind of get that now.
Yeah, that's a good point because I think it becomes like a thing. It's like they all want the phone and it becomes like everyone's yelling. It's just like
They're all fighting for it, and it's like, I don't wanna hear you guys right now with this stuff, and it's nothing to do with you parents, but I just don't wanna hear it, and my dad I'll never forget with my sister-in-law, it's the one thing he would get mad about, like, she never answers my FaceTime, Um, so yeah, go ahead, ask your question.
It just says, when I had twins, how funny. My mom, so she's like from the UK or something. My mom was such an incredible help. I'll never forget how she named one of her kids. One of the boys just wouldn't settle with my mother-in-law. Every time she picked him up, he would cry. My mom would then take him from her arms, and instantly he'd stop. Even my son can sense she wasn't a nice person. She was old school Italian and disliked me because I had taken her youngest son away from her. That's just like what's crazy is like how a kid can really feel those things, and then they're the ones that like speak it for you. Like you don't even have to do the work at that point. Like your kid is doing it.
The only thing with that is, okay, it sounds like she's like an old school, like probably like stubborn type of mom. But like if I was holding the baby and the baby just could not come to me, and then like my daughter-in-law's mom picks it up and takes it away from me, and then the baby's like calm, like I would just be sad.
Yeah,
But
you'd get sad.
maybe that's a me thing, and it's like, okay, how can I show up when this other bitch mom is not here? I'm just kidding. You like have to compete with the other mom or something.
But see, you would go out of your way to that's the whole point. It's like you would go out of your way to
I'd go out
try
my
to
way.
make that relationship better with your son-in-law or your grandson. And like where these old school Italians are like, like I don't care. Like I'm not doing it.
Even with us, like the old school moms, they would be like so offended and would hate that mom now.
Yeah.
They would hate that mom and be like,
That's a hard one.
Like every time I hold the baby, she comes, she grabs it to show me that the baby loves her more than me, stupid. Like that's literally what ours would
Or
be
they
like.
would, the worst thing is they'll start blaming the child. I'm like, that's a bad kid. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, that's what it sounds like here, where it's like you could tell they probably like then had a problem with the child.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's your child definitely did send something off though, for sure. Someone
go ahead.
Okay. Someone said, found out my mother-in-law slept with her sister's husband and announced it at her sister's anniversary party.
Oh my, okay, this is just like, that is just crazy.
That's Jerry Springer shit.
Literally, that's just like so nuts.
I would probably because here's the thing, what's right from right is wrong and wrong from wrong. Like this is like just like a human, this is right and this is wrong and this is clearly wrong. Like I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah, but also it's like, okay, like she's a bad person in this, but it's like, what are you gonna do? Like are you gonna really like X her out from your life because she did that?
I should know she's announcing it at the damn anniversary party.
I know, no, that's crazy.
Like, no offense, like you have no morals, and like I don't want you around my grandchildren. Like you just like fucked up. Not like it's like the woman's fault. It's clearly the man's fault. Like, it's both their fault. So it's like, I'm just so scared. You have no loyalty. Like you're doing that. Bye. I don't know. I don't like that.
No, I agree. Okay, do we have time or do you want to do part 2?
Should we do a part 2?
Yeah, let us know, people.
Yeah, it's been an hour. Okay, we should do a part 2. Let's add sister-in-laws to the mix.
As sister-in-laws, we know a lot about them since we watch them all the time on the Housewives.
Exactly. So we can add sister-in-law. So this is our part 1. Let us know what you think. We still have more questions to get through, and
I should on purpose like find a scenario that like Melissa did to Teresa and see if you answer it the right way without knowing it's Melissa and Teresa.
Then why would you tell me that?
I know.
Why would you tell me
but
that?
you might not know. Like I'm gonna get creative here, okay?
All right, let's see. Well, let us know what you guys thought about this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be back with Salt Lake City tomorrow. And then we also have Orange County coming up. But we wanted to shake things up, get a little personal. These are fun for us to do anyways. We do like a not similar, but kind of in our Patreon. But it's like ask us anything and we talk about everything. So it's a little bit different. But I thought this was like a fun episode to do. So let us know what you guys think. Thanks for listening. And we will be back tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Back to busy? Drive into fall with the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo L. Now with 0% financing for 60 months at Edwards Jeep Council Bluffs. Save thousands in interest. More room, more style, and more value with Edwards. Stock number J07289. 0% APR for 60 months on 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo L. In lieu of rebates or discounts. Must finance through Stellantis Financial Services with approved credit. Not all will qualify. Valid while supplies last. See dealer for details. More savings on interest this September at Edwards Jeep Council Bluffs. It pays to make the drive to Edwards Jeep in Council Bluffs.